Hi guys, Ben here from Nutrition. In today's video, I want to talk about how you can build muscle and lose fat all at the same time. Okay, so otherwise known as body recomposition. And for a long time, it was thought that it wasn't actually possible to build muscle at the same time as losing fat. Because to lose fat, we all know, or we all should know by now, that we need to be in a calorie deficit, which means that we are consuming less calories than our body needs within a day to basically run. Yeah, and because we're in that calorie deficit, that extra energy that's needed is pulled from our fat supplies, hence that's how we burn fat. So, building muscle in a calorie deficit, like I said, it was thought once upon a time that this wasn't actually possible. But several scientific papers have actually shown now that this is possible. So you might say, well, okay, well, how do we do this? And what it looks like is that to do this, we need to increase your protein intake. So in a recent study, linked below in the description, they ran a study on rugby players that were off season, and they basically put them into a calorie surplus of 40% calorie surplus, which is crazy. And they split them into two test groups. One test group was on 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. The other test group was on 2.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Now, quite a difference, double the amount of protein. Well, guess what? Even with resistance training, and I think they were doing resistance training 6 days a week, yeah, both groups lost body fat, obviously, because they're on a 40% calorie deficit. But even the lower protein group managed to build lean body mass at the same time. But the higher protein group increased much more lean body mass. What this shows us is that by consuming and keeping our protein slightly higher when in a calorie deficit, we protect more of our lean muscle mass, and we also are able to build more lean muscle in a calorie deficit. Now, this has been shown in other studies as well, and it's why I advise people to have a slightly higher protein intake within their diet, especially on a calorie deficit, because it helps preserve our lean muscle mass, which is what we want to keep whilst we're burning fat. So if you want to take advantage of this and you want to basically put on lean body mass at the same time as burning that fat, then this is what you're going to need to do. Firstly, we need to work out the calories that we need. Now, this is going to depend on your goal. So if you're trying to put on weight, if you are very skinny, then you're obviously going to want to do a lean bulk. So this is not necessarily for you. You are not going to want to be burning fat if you don't have any of it. If you are trying to get down, you have picked up quite a bit of body fat, then we are going to want to cut, which means that we're going to want to adjust our calories and put ourselves into a calorie deficit. Now, if you check the link in my description, you'll find a link to my calorie calculator. You can go there, put in your metrics, and you go for the high protein diet, and it will work all the details out for you. It will tell you the calories, it will tell you your macros, your protein, your carbs, your fats. But if you want to work it out, basically what you're going to need to do is adjust your calories. So you're going to want to put yourself into a calorie deficit. Now, how much you want to put yourself into that is up to you, and how much weight you want to lose. You can start off with kind of a 20% drop. So if you take yourself like 20% under maintenance, you are going to get a decent cut on that. In the test group that showed this, they were at a 40% calorie deficit. So quite substantial. I don't think we need to go that far. But even if doing a 20% calorie deficit seems a little bit daunting for you, then try a 10% calorie deficit. But I much prefer to get cuts underway, get them done quickly, and then get back to maintenance and eat my calories back up. So starting off with a 20% calorie deficit once you know what your calories are, and then you're going to want to work out your macros. And you're going to be wanting to go probably like about 1.6, 1.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That will work out your protein, and then you need to sort out your other macros, which are your fats and your carbs. Now, with this, there's a lot of debate over different diets and how you should split it. You can split it how you want. What is essential is that you are getting at least 20% of your calories from fats, good fats, because if you don't, you're really going to mess with your hormones. You do not want to do it. You're going to mess with your testosterone production. Your body is just not going to run very well, and we don't want that. So make sure you're getting at least 20% from your dietary fats and the rest from carbs. You can get a bit more from fats if you want, a bit less from carbs. It's up to you, however you want to cut it. But basically, you need to keep your protein at that higher level, and that will help you protect your lean muscle mass and build more lean body mass, whilst at the same time enabling you to burn fat. So I'd love to know how you get on. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you, and I'll see you in the next video.